In the autumn of 1620, as the winds of the North Atlantic grew colder and the sky turned darker, a single wooden ship barely 100 feet long prepared to change the course of history. Her name was the Mayflower. She wasn't built for passengers. She wasn't built for comfort. She was a merchant ship, meant for cargo, not people. Yet cramped inside her dark wooden belly were 102 men, women, and children, desperate for one thing the old world would not give them: freedom. The people who would later be known as the Pilgrims had spent years fleeing persecution across Europe. Some had been arrested, others threatened, and all of them knew one truth: staying meant losing everything. Leaving meant risking death, and still, they chose the sea. On September 6, 1620, the Mayflower pushed off from Plymouth, England. The passengers crowded aboard, carrying a few chests, blankets, Bibles, and hope. More hope than any ship that Small had ever carried. But hope would not calm the ocean. Just days into the voyage, the Atlantic reminded them of her power. Towering waves slammed against the ship, sending cold seawater pouring into the lower decks. People were tossed from their hammocks. Children cried, food spoiled. The stench of sickness and fear filled the ship. For 66 brutal days they fought the sea, storm after storm. Wind so violent it cracked the main beam of the ship, a break that could have sent all 102 souls to the bottom of the ocean. But the Pilgrims refused to surrender. Using a massive iron screw, a tool meant for building houses, they braced the beam, repaired the ship mid-ocean, and forced the Mayflower to keep going. Then, on November 9, 1620, a shout rose from the deck: "Land!" After 2 months of darkness, they saw a coastline, unfamiliar, wild, untouched. It wasn't Virginia, their planned destination. It was Cape Cod. Too dangerous to sail south, they dropped anchor and made a decision that would echo through centuries: to settle here, in this unknown land. Before stepping ashore, they drafted a document, the Mayflower Compact. 41 men signed it. It wasn't long or fancy, just a simple promise that they would govern themselves, make laws together, and survive as a unified community. It became one of the earliest foundations of democracy in North America. But their trials were far from over. The first winter was brutal. Freezing winds tore through their makeshift shelters. Food grew scarce. Disease spread. By the time spring arrived, almost half of the Mayflower's passengers were dead. Yet those who survived did so thanks to the help of the Wampanoag people, especially a man named Tisquantum, or Squanto. He taught the Pilgrims how to plant corn in sandy soil, where to fish, how to survive in this harsh new world. Without him, the colony would have vanished. But they didn't vanish, they endured. And slowly the settlement they named Plymouth grew roots. The Mayflower itself, battered and worn, returned to England the next year. But what it left behind reshaped history. Out of that small, struggling colony would rise generations, cities, and eventually a nation. A tiny ship, 102 travelers, 66 days at sea, and a voyage that would forever alter the story of America. Have you heard of the Mayflower before? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and like, comment, share, and subscribe for more powerful stories, The Driven Tales.